So I want to take just a moment to go through and look at the home show booth here. This home show booth has traveled thousands of miles, been in dozens of shows, and has lasted for going on 13 years now, I believe, 12 or 13 years. And so when we built this, we really came in with the idea if we wanted something sturdy and long lasting. So we built it out of a heavier 3/4 inch material plywood. But it's been beaten and bruised, and we've had modifications and changes and patches and resizing. And one of the things that we wanted to do this year is figure out a way to make assembly of the unit when we bring it into a show or anywhere else faster and quicker. So what we did in the past is we used carriage bolts that we put in through at the top edge here, all the way through 2 panels. So we had to make sure we lined all the cabinets up. And then we came in and just secured those, of course, at the top. Then we had secure locations at the bottom that you can see there as well. And so that worked really good. It's time consuming. And what would happen is once we have the drawers in here, which we don't currently, it makes it even more difficult to get to. So we wanted to come up with something different, and we did. So I really like this system. It's a turnbuckle system that we're using. And so you can see here by the tightening of this turn in the middle, where you have 2 bolts on the outside, one that's right hand threaded and one that's left hand threaded. And it allows us, as you can see here, here's the turnbuckle. So that's what it would look like. So you've got 2 different threaded ends. And this is the normal threaded end, and it would thread on any normal 1/4 inch size bolt. That's the size we're using here. But the closed loop end is actually a reverse thread, so it's not going to work with all bolts. So we had to do some creative things there. And I'll show you what I mean by that, but this is super tight. You kind of hear that. And with these on wheels, normally you would have been able to take this, but you can see here the whole thing's sturdy. It's locked together. So it's really comprised of 2 cables and 4 turnbuckles. So a turnbuckle at this end, we've got a turnbuckle at this end here, and then we've got one here. This is going to run the full length and actually goes through all the handles, goes underneath our pantry conversion where it's got the split level pantry, and then comes all the way down here to our blind corner where we've got another turnbuckle there. But to show you how we did that, not too complicated, but it took a little planning and thinking. So what we used is an elevator bolt here, and it's a flush bolt. You can see it's got a square sleeve at the top, keeps it from turning. And then what I'll also do is put a bolt and lock washer and stuff on there, a nut and lock washer on there. I haven't done that yet. I just wanted to make sure this would work. But it's got an elevator bolt that goes through the outside edge. Then we took off the open hook on the turnbuckle, threaded it into here. And the problem that created next was, you can see the difference between the 2 loops is the closed loop in this one that's strictly aftermarket wasn't going to work for us unless we added some S hooks and things, and I didn't want to add that complication. So I just took and used a bolt cutter and cut part of that out so that we've got the hook where we can easily slide. You can see here, slide the loop of the cable on. Now you have little options where you can use the sleeve that goes around the cable, and we have those with the kit, but I decided not to use those. Just to make it smaller to fit through tighter spaces. So we did that on both ends. Real simple, 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch cable. Then you've got this that you crimp on. You need a special tool to do that to really hold it secure, but super pleased with it. Actually is holding much better than I thought. I thought I was going to have to get several other cables to do that, but if you want a quick way to be able to assemble something, take it apart, I think I would do this time and time again.